And welcome to the 2020 Alumni Association Award Showcase Retrospective. I'm your host, Ryan Barnhart. Today we're going to take a deeper dive into the 2020 Alumni Association Award recipients. Unfortunately, this year we're unable to meet face-to-face, so we're recognizing them, our award recipients, here during homecoming week, and we'll get together with them in person for an actual award ceremony sometime hopefully in 2021. But we thank you for joining us tonight for another special edition of our homecoming virtual programming at Homecoming at Home. Without further ado, we'd like to introduce you to the 2020 Alumni Association Award recipients. Our first recipient this evening is Dr. Saroyi Chandler Morris. She is a graduate of 1992 at California University of Pennsylvania. Currently, she serves as the program manager for the Coastal Health District in the state of Georgia for the Georgia Department of Public Health. Dr. Morris works to improve the health of those who live, work, and play in the coastal Georgia region. She has a master's degree from Armstrong Atlantic State University and a doctorate of public health from Georgia Southern University, which focuses on analysis of public health emergency preparedness. She serves as a member of the board of the directors of the Georgia Public Health Association, and she's also an adjunct instructor at the College of Coastal Georgia. She is this year's W.S. Jackman Award of Distinction winner. And again, we're very pleased to recognize Dr. Saroyi Chandler Morris, class of 1992. Our next recipient this year in the 2020 award ceremony is our Professional Excellence Award winner. She is Ms. Shawan Martin, classes of 2001 and 2003. Currently, she's the Chief Executive Officer and President at the Private Industry Council of Westmoreland and Fayette Counties Incorporated. She earned both of her degrees from CalU in business administration, and currently she manages a $23 million budget for the PIC of Westmoreland and Fayette County, operates over 24 programs, and has more than 300 employees. During her time at CalU, Shawan was a member of the women's basketball team and the Zeta Phi Beta sorority. She's also previously a recipient of the university's Jenny Carter Award. Again, we're very pleased to recognize Shawan Martin, classes of 2001 and 2003, as the Professional Excellence Award recipient for the 2020 Alumni Awards class. Our next recipient is the winner of the 2020 Pavlak Shutsy Award for Special Service. He is Eric Zwigart, the founder and CEO of RPP Products. Eric is a 1998 graduate of CalU with his degree in business management. During his time at CalU, he joined and served in the United States Marine Corps as a military police officer reservist from 1995 to 2001. After graduating from CalU and finishing his time in USMC Reserves, Eric started working for a family-owned company in Southern California known as Chalet Products Company. As a sales manager there, he was able to grow the wholesale segment from $200,000 annually to over $2.5 million in just 1 year. This continued success then led to an eventual vice president's position in sales, where Eric led the entire company's sales activity. After being with the company for 8 years, the Chalet was sold, and Eric decided to go on his own and use some of that entrepreneurial spirit and begin his own company, RPP Products, Inc. It was started in 2006, and RPP has grown rapidly into a $150 million company and is a leader in convenience retail as well as other retail channels, providing private label and other logistic distribution solutions for retailers and suppliers in the automotive category. RPP currently serves its customer base from 5 U.S. locations and one that was recently opened here in Western PA. In addition to the automotive sector, you may have seen Eric in the news recently in RPP Products, as during the COVID-19 pandemic, they rapidly shifted their production into hand sanitizer products. They're working with schools and districts and universities to create safe environments for students and workers. We're very pleased to recognize Eric as the Pavlak Shutsy Special Service Award winner this year. Our next award recipient needs no introduction, but we're going to give her one anyways. We're very, very pleased to announce and recognize Miss Carolyn Tardd, class of 1978, as the John R. Gregg Award recipient for the 2020 Alumni Association class. I can't think of a better person that exemplifies the John R. Gregg Award for loyalty and service. After retiring in 2019, after more than 40 years of service to the university, and a majority of that in athletics, Ms. Tardd has been a stalwart of the university and has impacted the lives of thousands of student athletes and student workers, not only in athletics, but previously in student accounts before she came over to athletics. She has served as a mentor and mom to many students over her 5 decades of work for the university. I am very pleased to say and very proud to name myself as one of those students. Ms. Tardd was a mentor to me and really influenced my philosophy of working in higher education. She's also a veteran of the U.S. Armed Forces and served prior to beginning her career at Cal U in 1979. In retirement, she still volunteers as a game day administrator for Vulcan Athletics. And we are all very endeared to Miss Tardd and her service to the university. She bleeds black and red, as she would tell you. You can still see her around campus when athletics are in season. Our next recipient is the 2020 Young Alumni Award recipient, Adisa Hargett-Robinson. She is a member of the class, or alumna, excuse me, of the class of 2016. Currently, she's a news reporter and associate producer with WTOP News in Washington, D.C. She has significant experience in editing and reporting for TV, radio, and the web. She's an experienced reporter and active member of the National Association of Black Journalists. She's previously worked at NPR, CNN, ABC, C-SPAN, and the Department of Veterans Affairs. Right now at WTOP, she is a producer where she where she creates digital and social media content for various channels. She's previously served as a multimedia journalist for the Military Times and National Public Radio. During her time at Cal U, Adisa was involved in Student Activities Board, Campaign Consultants, Alpha Lambda Delta, and the National Society of Leadership and Success. Again, we want to congratulate Adisa Hargett-Robinson, class of 2016, as the 2020 Alumni Association Young Alumni Award recipient. This year, we're pleased to recognize another illustrious Californian for a lifetime of achievement. This year, we are very pleased to recognize Bill, he's going to kill me if I say this wrong. It's Bill Viola. He's senior, and he's the educator and martial artist. And he's the 2020 Alumni Association Illustrious Californian recipient. Bill is an entrepreneur, martial arts instructor, and pioneer in mixed martial arts. And he's credited by some, myself included, as the co-creator of the sport of mixed martial arts. And this goes back to 1979, where he co-founded CV Productions, which was is the first mixed martial arts company in America. His life is the subject of the book, The Godfathers of MMA. He's also been featured in the documentary Tough Guys on Showtime. It's now available on Amazon Video. You can rent it there. I highly recommend it. It's a very entertaining look at the evolution of mixed martial arts, which really started from, Bill's love of martial arts that he helped to foster through and during his time at Cal U. He continued to study Shotokan karate while attending the university. Again, he graduated in 1969 and then worked at the East Allegheny School District. His first karate school, Allegheny Shotokan Karate, was established in 1969, pretty much from an after-school program that Bill worked at East Allegheny School District. And you'll want to tune into our podcast episode for more information on this. And we're going to have episodes with all of our Alumni Award recipients. Some of them are published right now. You can watch them after this video. Others will be posted here in the coming weeks. In 1980, Bill and his company introduced a new sport, first regulated mixed martial arts competition ever to be held in the U.S. He helped write the first codified set of mixed martial arts rules. And many of those rules are still adopted as the universal or unified rules of mixed martial arts today. Unfortunately, due to some aggressive legislature and by the Pennsylvania State, and some misperception with the Tough Man competition, not to be confused with Bill's production here in his competition. Unfortunately, there was some legal precedents set against MMA that really didn't get resolved until later in the the early 2000s and even in the later 2000s. So Bill, is one of the unsung heroes in the founding of mixed martial arts. In 2003, the U.S. Karate Federation inducted him into their Hall of Fame. And he also is featured at the Heinz History Center in Pittsburgh, and there is an exhibit there to his involvement in mixed martial arts and its birthplace. Our interview with Bill was real cool. We're both Brownsville guys, so it's real cool to see his story and how he's gone from a kid in the Mon Valley to this great career as an educator, as a martial artist, and into films and things and media beyond that. So it's a really inspiring story. His legacy continues on through his family, who are also martial arts practitioners and operating Viola Karate in the Pittsburgh region. So we're very pleased to recognize Bill Viola Sr. as the 2020 Alumni Association Illustrious Californian Recipient. Our next awardee this evening that we'll introduce you to is our C.B. Wilson Faculty Award recipient for 2020. He is a former professor of mine at CalU, and someone who has been very active on campus and in the lives of his students. We're very pleased to recognize Dr. Kelton Edmonds for this year's C.B. Wilson Award. He's a professor in the Department of Humanities and the director of the Frederick Douglass Institute at CalU. He is a native of Portsmouth, Virginia. He's a graduate of North Carolina A&T, where he received his Bachelor's of Arts in 1997, and his Master of Arts in 1999, and his PhD from the University of Missouri, Columbia. His research pertains to the evolution from nonviolent resistance to militance of Black student activism in the 60s. He's used North Carolina A&T in Greensboro as a case study to evaluate the ebbs and flows of the student movement, the civil rights movement, and the Black Power movement. He is California University of Pennsylvania's expert in African American studies and is running several roundtables on areas such as sports history. He has reestablished a Black History Month as a major event on campus. Dr. Edmonds is also the driving force behind the annual hip hop conference on campus. I've had him for numerous classes as an undergraduate student, and he's really impacted me and my drive and a lot of other students to work in political science and history and higher ed. So we're very thankful for Dr. Edmonds to be an asset to our campus, and we're very pleased to recognize him as the 2020 Alumni Association C.B. Wilson Faculty Award recipient. Our next award recipient this year is the 2020 Alumni Association Michael Duda Award for Athletics Achievement. We're very pleased to honor CalU Athletics Hall of Fame member Brooque Williams, class of 2010. She was a 4-year starting guard for CalU's women's basketball team from 2006 to 2010. She's a 2-time WBCA All-American and 3-time first-team All-Conference selection. She was also the 2009 PSAC Player of the Year and the 2009 NCAA Division II Atlantic Regional Tournament's Most Valuable Player. She's currently in her 10th season playing professionally overseas. Right now, she is playing for, and I'm going to say this wrong, Varus Bologna in Italy, but she's also played in Australia, Germany, and for other teams in Italy. We're very pleased again to recognize Brooque Williams, stalwart of university athletics, as the 2020 Michael Duda Athletics Award recipient. Our next award is the William R. Furlong Military Award. For those of you that aren't familiar with William R. Furlong, he's a graduate of the class of 1898 at the Normal School. He went on to obtain Ivy League degrees. He also attended the Naval Academy at West Point and served in both the World War I and World War II. During World War II, he was appointed as the person who ran the naval shipyard at Pearl Harbor after the attacks in December of 1941. So he's the person that really restored Pearl Harbor and helped to rebuild the American Navy during World War II. And he is, or has historically been, our most recognized military alumnus. And for that, we have named the award recognizing military alumni in his honor. This is the second year we've given the award, and we're very pleased to give it, or we're very pleased that the recipient this year is Major General retired Donna Barbisch, class of 1984. Major General Barbisch is among the nation's most distinguished experts in terrorism, disaster preparedness, and national and international security interoperability. Dr. Barbisch is the president of Global Deterrence Alternatives and director of the Institute for Global and Regional Readiness. Her focus is providing visionary policy and programming, integrating solutions related to the national security threats of terrorism, natural disasters, and emerging infectious diseases. With more than 20 years of experience in managing complex private and public medical and organizational challenges, she tackles the complexities of combating terrorism through comprehensive planning and cultural change. She has been described as a visionary in strategic planning for reducing threats and responding to crises with multi-level and multi-jurisdictional elements. Major General Barbisch served in a multitude of active and reserve military assignments, from Vietnam to the Pentagon. Her final military assignment was as Director of Chemical, Biological, Radiological, and Nuclear Program Integration for the Office of the Secretary of Defense. She holds a bachelor's degree from California University of Pennsylvania, a master in public health from the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, and a doctorate in health administration from the Medical University of South Carolina. We're very pleased to recognize Dr. Donna Barbisch, class of 1984, as the 2020 Alumni Association Furlong Award recipient. Our last award recipient for the 2020 awards class, and we're very pleased to recognize Mr. Fred Smith, Jr., class of 1983. He is currently the president and CEO of KFS Strategic Management Services, and he is the Alumni Association's 2020 Meritorious Award recipient. Mr. Smith is a seasoned business and technological executive with over 30 years of experience in IT senior management in various industries, including financial services, healthcare, utilities, communications, and government industries, with a strong background in business management and information technology. As a former global managing director at Axalta, he has driven the overall business reporting strategy and financial applications, IT governance, data management, security architecture, enterprise risk management, information assurance, and cybersecurity for the IPO at Axalta. Before that, he was the EVP and Chief Information Officer of MTT and Associates, where he drove the overall strategic vision and operations for the company with a focus on customer success. Prior to joining MTT, he was the senior manager at Lockheed Martin Corporation of Advanced Technology. He brought a focus of business and technology accruement to his senior management role at Lockheed Martin. During his tenure there, he earned his Black Belt certification in Lean Six Sigma. He's also a co-founder and chief innovation officer of the Innovative Leadership Program, nonprofit for science, technology, engineering, and math education for underserviced youth. He's an adjunct professor of business analytics and information assurance for undergraduate and graduate programs at Wilmington University in Delaware. In addition to his bachelor's degree in computer science and management from California University of Pennsylvania, he also has a master of engineering in industrial and system engineering from Penn State and a master of business administration and finance from Philadelphia University. We're very pleased to recognize Fred Smith as our Meritorious Award recipient and recognize all of our 2020 Alumni Association Award recipients. We really thank you for joining us this evening for this short retrospective, an introduction to our Alumni Association 2020 award recipients. We hope that you'll tune in for their various Vulcan Nation podcast episodes as we release and record those here. We hope that you'll celebrate these individuals and the 2020 award recipients. Unfortunately, Again, due to COVID-19, we've been unable to meet face-to-face to present these folks with their awards, but we look forward to being able to meet with them in the near future, in 2021, hopefully, and have an actual award ceremony to enjoy with them. So, again, thank you for tuning in as we continue our week-long virtual Homecoming at Home programming, and we hope you'll join us for more programming this week through our YouTube channel and through the CUTV Sports YouTube channel as well. I'm Ryan Barnhart, Director of Alumni Relations. I want to thank you for tuning in as we celebrate the 2020 Alumni Association Award recipients. Thanks and good night.